Okay guys, we're jumping right into things in this video here. We've got a whole bunch of games over here, and you'll notice that this actually looks familiar. This is because this was a thumbnail for a video that I shot a couple days ago now, but it's just coming out today that I'm recording this, but you guys will have seen it probably, I don't know, maybe last week. Anyway, I'm working a little bit ahead, but I was making this thumbnail with all the games we have to list, over the next month. But of course the fun's over now and we got to get back to listing. So I figured I'd pick up the camera and we could record a little bit today. We did make a couple sales right off the bat. This is the next day after the last video. So, technically speaking, we managed to sell a couple games right after we listed them. And, so I'm pretty excited about that. We'll go ahead and take a look at what sold here in a second. But before that, we got to figure out what the heck we want to do today. I'm looking at the PS2 games. I'm thinking we started those last time. Maybe that's the way to go, is to get all those up and then again, just go by console. That could be a pretty straightforward way to do it. They don't usually bring in the most money, so I'm kind of assuming that we're not going to make a whole bunch on these. Yeah, and then, I'm not sure what to do. I might leave the NHLs behind. But we could get the rest of them up. Even the World Poker, I might leave that one for a lot. I don't know. We'll go through them here. That's not really a lot, though. So maybe we should figure out what else to list. We might even touch some PS3 stuff, but again, I don't like that pile. So anyway, we'll figure something out. Yeah, maybe what we'll do, I unfortunately don't have a PS4 right now that's working. I have one, but it's just the disc drive is gone on it. So I have no way of testing these guys right now, but I would like to get these listed right away, ASAP. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just do a visual inspection of these discs. I don't like to do this, but usually I like to test things, but maybe we just do a visual inspection and we list them and we just hope for the best. I'm kind of thinking that's the way to go with these. I have no way of testing them, but I'm sure they work fine. Again, I'll look at the discs first, make sure they're okay. If there's anything that's bad, I'll hold it off to the side. I won't bother, refurbing it and take the risk on that. But I think if they are in great shape, we will just list some of these. So why don't we do that today? We'll do the PlayStation 2 games, get the entire stack there done, or at least the ones we want to do out of that. And then we'll get these PS4 games listed. And maybe even, I have an Xbox One, actually. I have a couple Xbox Ones. We can test this for sure, so I'll leave that. In fact, I'm not sure if we even want to list that or if we just want to lot it up. Anyway, we'll get these done today, we'll get those done today, and we'll be off to a good start. First thing though, before we jump into listing things, we have to pull the orders. So we have two sales that came through. First one is in V28, and it is Sleeping Dogs. So this was not one of the things that we listed yesterday, but let's see here if we can find it. Let's see, there it is right there. Okay, so that's the one item. I think it sold for whatever the price is on the screen. I have no idea, but anyway, we'll go put this one over here. The second one here in V35 is one of the ones that we listed yesterday, and sure enough, yeah, as I expected, Simpsons Hit and Run. I listed it on the lower end at 30 bucks because I didn't feel like taking the stickers off. I know it's a little lazy, so we probably took a couple dollars less than we could have got. But either way, we sold it for $30, I believe. It's on the screen again. And yeah, so that one's ready to go. Okay, so we will enter those two into the new system as our first couple of sales. Also, I had to clear all this table off of all this stuff because this was all stuff from last time, that was just remaining from the stuff that we picked out last episode, all the unlisted games that are all loose. So a lot of these need refurbishing, but we will just store them here for the next time. Or sorry, we won't store them here. We're going to move them, but then we're going to have them stored because we're not going to deal with these until all of the ones in the cases are done. Okay, so I just went through all of the PlayStation 4 games here to check on the condition of the discs, and they are all mint, like they're brand new. There's literally no scratches on them. The guy that I purchased them off of also did mention that I think he said they work, so we should be okay here. So I'm going to just list those ones. Obviously, I won't put tested, but I also won't not put tested, if that makes sense. So I'll just leave it empty, and hopefully everything will be good on these. I'm sure it'll be fine. So that means, yeah, we'll get to the PS2 ones here. I also forgot really quickly to mention, there was one of you guys who left a comment who's been actually helping me out a whole bunch here, who mentioned something about template listings on eBay, which is something that I want to experiment with today because I deal with a lot of different games. You might think, oh, it's all basically the same and I just do sell similars. But oftentimes we're dealing with games, some of them don't have manuals, some of them have sticker residue and marks, different things that have to be described that I think would be really easy to do like a one-touch template or a copy-paste description for. So that's what we're going to be looking into today. That's kind of why I wanted to record this. But yeah. Really quick shout out here to Carl, the lazy reseller. He's been giving me some good advice. He sent a video over talking about inventory systems that I watched, which was quite helpful. And as well, he's been talking about these template listings. So we're going to give it a shot here today and see what it's all about. Really quickly, I actually wanted to take a second to thank all of you guys who've been out there commenting on my most recent videos, giving me plenty of different ideas for the new inventory systems. It's been super helpful and, eye-opening. For example, now I'm keeping the old inventory system, which originally I didn't even think would ever happen. So I really appreciate you guys, giving me some support there and explaining to me how I should really be operating here. And yeah, I find it super useful. So thank you very much. Okay, so we're about halfway done here. I did hold off these two NHL games. We're just going to ditch them in a lot, I think. I don't think we need... I was thinking like maybe list one. I don't know. I mean, is it complete? You know what? Why not? We'll list one of them. We definitely don't need two up. I also decided I'll list the World Champ Poker. Why not? I have a little bit of time right now, so let's do that. But we'll put that one in a lot. I'll put it in a bin eventually, and we'll get a whole bunch in that bin, and then when we're ready, we'll lot them up. But for now, we'll just do the rest of these. So yeah, about halfway done. This time I'm dividing them, though. You can see I'm taking the stickers off, taking my time. Oh, except for that one, actually. I should take that sticker off. I'll do that in a second. I am dividing them, though, no manual and manual. I can do them all together. That way I don't have to change the words in the listing as much. Should help out, save a few seconds off each listing. So there we go. Okay, just wrapped up testing, and that was a major success. Every game worked, and none of them needed to be refurbished. I did clean a bunch of the discs, as well as I took a bunch of stickers off of all the cases. So they're all ready to go. I'm going to set up the camera, take some pictures, and we'll get these guys all up and listed on eBay. Okay, and another update. I just wrapped up all the photos. So they're all good. They're on the SD card. We're going to take them off and list these all on eBay. Put your guesses down below in the comments. How much do you think this is all going to list for? My guess is probably $85. That's my guess. Okay, we'll see how close I am there. But again, 18 games in total. We'll see how much they get listed for. Okay, in the middle of listing one of the PS4 games. Apologize for not having the screen recorder again. But anyway, we're doing NBA 2K14 here, I believe. Anyway, check this out, guys. Create a template. It's right up here in the top of the screen. And sure enough, I never knew this was a feature. You can create templates. You can insert a custom template. So you can literally have all these different description templates. I'm not sure why it's not popping up. Oh, there it is. Manage custom templates. You can create them and they come right up, and then you can just write your own description and be able to choose from it whenever you want. So I'm going to be creating a whole bunch of these. I won't do it right now, but I'm going to create a whole bunch of these, and then we can start to use them as we go to list more and more games. This is going to save a lot of time in just little fiddly things I had to change and retyping things out every time. It gets super frustrating. So thanks again so much for that tip, and yeah, I will definitely be using this. Okay guys, just wrapped up all the listings for today. We have an entire bin here full of them, 18 games in total, which was actually kind of ironic because that's exactly what fits in a bin. We did have one game in the bin before though, so I had to carry one over to another bin. But this new bin thing is working out fantastically, haven't had a single problem with it. And today was a pretty easy one because again, everything was all basically the same. They were all the same console. They were all organized by the manuals. And then again, there was no problems with testing them, no need to refurb anything. The whole process just went super streamlined today. So very happy with how that all turned out. If you guys guessed down below in the comments anything near what I thought these were going to list for, then you were probably wrong because I said, what did I say, $85? They actually ended up listing for $149. So well over that amount that I thought. It ended up being one of these games, the Rocksmith game here, actually the blue one, PS4, is about a $30 game. So that actually contributed to that quite a bit. Overall, though, I was quite off. I did try to underprice the market, though, on every single listing, so hopefully we'll see these games sell here in the next month or so and try to move them quickly. Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to discuss one other topic which has came up a few times in the comments over the last couple episodes, which is the actual process of cleaning the games when I get them in. I've had a couple questions regarding the JFJ Easy Pro system and the other methods I use to clean the discs. I know I've sort of showed it in the last couple times, and I've tried many different things over the last couple years, everything from wiping down the discs with actual wipes and, wiping the cases with those and using different combinations of soap and water to clean the bottom of the disc. I even tried to refurbish some discs before using toothpaste, and I don't recommend that. But essentially what I do nowadays is when I get a game in, I will inspect the disc before I'm testing it, of course, and if it looks really bad cosmetically wise, even if it's working, I will definitely run it through the machine. And if you don't have the luxury of having a machine, I would recommend either giving it a really good clean and making sure that you play it first and it works if it is that scratched up. And make sure that, obviously the game works before you sell to the buyer, and just try to make it look as good as you can. Definitely describe that. In my case, though, I have the opportunity to go and refurbish it, so my first step is usually to go ahead and refurbish it using the JFJ Easy Pro. JFJ also provided me with one of these guys when I first got the machine. This is the JFJ Disc Repair Anti-Static Spray Cleaner. You can buy it on their website. I'm not sure how much different it is from soap and water, or just, getting a spray ball with some water and cleaning the disc that way. But this is great for removing fingerprints, smudges, all sorts of different grime and whatever is on the bottom of the disc. Obviously, it doesn't do anything for the scratches, but definitely will make it look more presentable. So I'm not sure how much these cost. You can try them if you want. Not sure what the breakdown is per disc, but this might be worth your time if you're getting pretty serious about it, investing in a can of this stuff, or just, again, figuring out your own combination of water or whatever. Finally, guys, see, on the cases themselves, I took all the stickers off in today's video. That is something that I like to do. I don't always do it. Sometimes I'm in a rush or it's too much of a pain, and I just list them as is. Again, my goal here is just to get quantity over quality, I suppose. There's a certain standard that has to be met, but sometimes I don't mind if there's stickers on it and whatnot, especially if the sticker displays a way higher value than what I'm selling it for. Sometimes it depends on the game. Like if it's like a super valuable game. I don't know what the example is, but if it's like Simpsons Hit and Run, $60 tag on it, and I'm selling it for 30 or something, sometimes I'll leave it. I don't know. But no, for the most part, you do want to be taking these stickers off if you have the time. It's going to help with the sales the most. It's going to help in just the presentability of the game to the buyer, and definitely help you secure the sale over somebody that didn't take the stickers off. Yeah, for those, just be using either Goo Gone. I would recommend, again, you could try to wipe the game down and try to wet the sticker first and peel it off. It usually becomes just a big mess. So either Goo Gone or a heat gun is usually my option. It's just a lot easier. I don't want to be fooling around with chemicals when I'm, testing video games. So I just bring out the heat gun, give it, 2-3 seconds of heat, and then the sticker comes right off usually. So that's my best solution for it. So with that, that's basically it. You want to either wash your discs, just make sure they're all clean, especially if they're really scratched. Give them a good clean and give them a good test. If they're, again, moderately scratched or just have some smudges or whatever, generally speaking, you can clean them off, test them, and they're good to go without ever having to go through a disc refurbishing machine. I certainly don't refurbish everything, and even some games with some fairly significant scratches, as long as they look presentable enough and I can describe it, I won't even bother putting them through the machine if they're not worth the money. But yeah, hopefully that helps some of you guys out who are struggling or just trying to figure out a method or a way to clean all your discs and games and media when it comes into your business. With that said, I'm going to end today's video here. Hopefully you guys found some value in it and enjoyed it. Again, it was really interesting that I found those template things on eBay. I did not know about those, but I'm going to be playing around with those for the next couple days here, trying to, again, optimize the efficiency of listing things on eBay. So thanks again to the lazy reseller who mentioned that to me in the comments. Really appreciate that. And if you guys have any more advice or tips like that, I would love to hear them down below. With that all said, I would call this a pretty successful day. If you guys are new to the channel and want to stay tuned for more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I will see you guys all in the next video.